Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning to all of you senators. What a joy it is to be here and to have an opportunity to interact with you just a few moments on behalf of the Martin Luther King Commission for the state of Utah. As I honor you, I'm excited that you would invite us to share with such an august body just a few ideas and a few thoughts about the Martin Luther King Commission and its work here in the state of Utah. You are the ones who made it possible, by the way, that, Mr. President, that we are able to have a full holiday for Martin Luther King on the third Monday in January. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. The weight of speaking before you today reminds me, however, of the tensions of the struggle to achieve full rights and the opportunity to enjoy the richness of our heritage. Any kind of positive change, however, begins with a vision and then moves along seeing the unseen and imagining the not yet possible. And I want to just introduce to you the chair of our board, Ms. Tristan Smith, who is here, along with one other member of the commission, Dr. Cooper, and we also have the director of the office of the commission, Ms. Deborah Charleston, and she's here. So we're excited to have both of them, the three of them. Our forefathers came to this land in search of a better land, a better world, a better life. And they drew up what most of the world acknowledges is the finest document of human rights in 1787 called our Constitution of the United States of America. Later, in 1791, a similar body added to that Constitution the Bill of Rights. And in the Bill of Rights set forth certain civil rights. Those 10 amendments to the Constitution are pregnant, if you will, pardon my image, pregnant with those rights that we all cherish and we all seek to realize on a daily basis. Can you imagine those senators, a slave-holding president of our United States who envisioned a land of freedom and opportunity for all? Can you imagine another president conflicted with a divided union, yet insisting on an emancipation proclamation to set free our fellow human beings? Can you imagine a Supreme Court ruling in 1896 that Plessy versus Ferguson's case, which concluded that separate but equal ought to be the law of the land in the United States of America, and some 58 years later, that same body with new members ruled in the Brown versus Board of Education decision that separate but equal was inherently unequal. From day one, we have been on the pursuit of equality. We've been searching for full rights. Thomas Jefferson was followed by Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, who was followed by Lyndon Johnson and Martin Luther King Jr. Both Franklin Roosevelt and Harriet Truman were so sufficiently moved that everybody ought to have the same rights that they issued executive orders declaring the highest standards of democracy with equal treatment for all of our citizens. They issued executive orders that would move us forward. And still today, we're trying to get to the full rights of every citizen in the United States of America. Martin Luther King put it in these words in his letter from the Birmingham jail. I have, quote, no fear about the outcome of our struggle. We will reach the goal of freedom because the goal of America is freedom. And so on December 1955, till his tragic death on April the 4th, 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King led a massive, nonviolent army on the pursuit of a beloved community. That community's reputation was perhaps best explained in his I Have a Dream speech. I have a dream, Dr. King said, that one day we will live in a nation where my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And although the President of the United States, President George Bush, refused to sign the Civil Rights Act in 1990, he agreed discrimination, quote, whether on the basis of race, national origin, sex, religion, or disability is worse than wrong. It is a fundamental evil that tears at the fabric of our very society, unquote. Now here we are today, 2010, still on the quest for full civil rights, moving to redeem the promises of America and seeking to experience the fullness of justice. And the Martin Luther King Commission here in Utah is about that business. They are about ensuring that education is available for every member of our society at the highest level possible. They are about ensuring that the rights of each member of our society here in Utah gets the same opportunity as each other member. And so as we and live up to the brand of a country called opportunity and freedom, nobody I know wants special privilege. Everybody wants equal opportunity. And so our goal, as I conclude, is to learn what we need to learn, to work where we're qualified, to live where we can afford, to receive adequate health care, to be treated justly. And we invite you, members of the Utah State Senate, to join us in this pursuit. It is a pursuit where each of us wants to reach our fullest potential. We've tried declarations of independence. We've tried emancipation proclamations. We've tried executive orders, legislative acts, Supreme Court decisions. But still the quest goes on. And it seems to me that what we need most in 2010 is a little less mean-spiritedness, a little more goodwill, a little bit more adjustment of our own attitudes, voices for the voiceless, and everybody coming alongside. For as we march together symbolically, we remind ourselves of the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the commission that continues. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Senators. And I pray and hope that your work here during this session will reflect the experiences and the mission of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Commission for Martin Luther King here in Utah. Thank you.